Welcome to Booking It. Today's episode will be the end of a chapter. Hey everyone, and welcome to Booking It. I'm, of course, your eloquent host, Cooper Cobbs. Joining me today are four fine fellows, including me. Over there, Mr. Bryson Bostwick.
Hello, everybody.
Mr. Tanner Lewis.
Howdy, folks.
And the glorious Mr. Isaiah Ratsky.
Oh, wow. Glorious. Wow.
Well, okay, I was listening to one of our old episodes the other day, and I called you glorious. No, sorry. I introduced you, and Bryson was like, Cooper, you really failed the introduction of Isaiah. You used to call him, like, glorious back in the old days. And I was like, oh, yeah, I did. I'm bringing that back today. So, yes. Congratulations. You're glorious
Why don't
once
we
again.
have any special adjectives?
I don't know. We can come up with those later. Plenty of time. Okay.
Loser.
What do you want to be? What do you want to be, Bryson?
Spectacular, magnanimous.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Magnanimous.
Wow.
I got that. Okay. All right. Well, I'm joined by the magnanimous Bryson, the spectacular Tanner, the glorious Isaiah, and little old me. And today we're going to be giving just kind of an update of the show. Hey, we're saying thank you for pretty much 4 years of incredible podcasting and support and community. We're going to be looking back at what has happened in the podcast thus far. We're going to be looking forward, giving some updates, all that fun stuff. So, first major update. Isaiah, would you like to take this away?
Yeah, sure. So I guess the first major update is that, sadly, after 4 years, I will no longer be on the podcast after this.
His glory is leaving us. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No,
with all the
we
stuff
now
coming up with
understand
work
why
and all
Cooper
that.
did what he did. You know what I mean? Why he said what he
I
said.
had to restore
That's
the
fair.
title for one final episode.
That's a good point. I feel honored. But yeah, after doing this for 4 years, I loved it all, but I decided I'll no longer be doing the podcast due to work and school and all that. And
Isaiah, from all of us, thank you. Really. I mean, just
Yes.
if I had to spend all those
No,
Saturday and
not my
Sundays
pleasure.
editing.
Say anything else.
I said it just because I knew Bryson would do that.
Oh, man, I love our camaraderie. Anyway, seriously, though, I mean, all the editing you've done, all the work you've put in, we really appreciate it. And you've been a staple. Hey, listen, by the way, a couple years ago, it was literally just Isaiah and I for like 2 whole months of podcasting, and it was great.
Yes,
I love
I
those
remember.
episodes. It was a solid
Good old days.
time.
Then we fell off.
Yeah, then we felt no. We had Bryson come, and that it was definitely not a fall off. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, Isaiah, do you want to say anything to the people for thanking them for
Yeah,
4
of
solid
course.
years of podcasting?
Yeah, well, thank you so much to everyone that I guess listened to us, especially the people who have been with us since the beginning and who have donated and supported. It's been a great 4 years. It's sad that it's coming to an end for me, but I hope whatever the heck these guys do in the future, you guys enjoy. And if not, just go listen to the old ones where I'm there, and it'll be great.
All right, seriously.
Okay. Yeah. And like we don't know for sure, but like the fan base, like what, probably a third of it, or if not more, is just all Isaiah's family. So
That is kind of true, though.
Isaiah has brought a lot to this podcast.
Thank you,
I
family,
mean,
for
definitely like a
listening.
majority of the support has been, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like it was at our graduation. So, yeah. I was wondering whose family was going to have the cardboard cutouts of the person's face, and it was Isaiah's family.
It was my
glorious.
family.
You were wondering.
shocked.
You were wondering
I
who it was going to be.
I was like pleasantly, excited to see what would happen. Anyway,
I was pretty
Isaiah,
sure it was going to be Isaiah.
let's be real. That was the short version because you have a longer one prepared in a language that you like to speak, right? Because English, you're like kind of brief, but this other language that you have prepared for us, very long message,
Big
heartfelt.
Latin.
That's gonna
Yeah. I'll give you a
Take
quick
one.
little, sneak
taste.
peek into it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just so people
And
are
for
aware,
those
that
of you
was
that
not
are
him.
wondering,
It wasn't
Yes,
him
that's-
cursing. It was binary. It was binary.
Binary. What Morse code? But okay.
Oh,
sure.
yeah, Morse code.
theoretically,
That's right.
theoretically, you
Random
could
clicking.
you could do Morse code, binary, and all of that with bleeps. Just, you could.
Well, sorry, we're gonna talk about what the heck we're gonna be doing in just a minute, but just so people can know, that you're leaving the show in a good state. What are you planning on doing this next year?
So over the course of summer, I'm gonna be going to like Europe to go visit family, go to visit Rome, and then go for a mission trip to Moldova for like half a summer. But then after that, I'll be starting college with Purdue through their online program, so Purdue Global, for a major in cybersecurity with a minor in cloud computing. As I'm doing that, I'll also be working full time at Chick-fil-A as a nighttime manager.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Solid lineup. Love it. Love
Mhm.
it. All right.
With a lot of gaming involved. Don't forget that.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Cannot forget that.
Oh man. Yes. Okay. Well, Bryson and Tanner, the good news is the podcast isn't stopping. Right. That's
No,
the
it
good
is not.
news. Okay, Tanner,
Nope.
take the next thing away. The next big update that we have. Actually, do your update, and then Bryson will do the next big update.
Okay. So this is about me. This isn't the podcast necessarily, but I will be taking a break. I will not be leaving.
A hiatus.
Like we said. Yes, I am. I will be gone for a couple of months actually. From about August to November. And this is where this is what I'm doing after school, at least for the next semester. I'm going with a program called World Race to go serve the people of Italy and do a study abroad program as well doing that. So it's kind of a double school trip / mission trip bundled all into one. So I'll be working with ministries and small businesses there, and I'll also be staying in host homes for a couple of weeks. So that's kind of what I'm doing next summer, or rather, not next summer, next fall. But that's going to be taking away from what I can do from the podcast, at least. So that's kind of my major update. If any of y'all are interested in it, I highly recommend it. It's called World Race, and it's going to be dope. I'll post my support link down at the bottom for my mission
Oh my
trip.
goodness.
Here.
Okay.
What a plug. What a plug.
Oh my.
What a
All
plug.
right.
Well, we're gonna miss Tanner and his valuable insights and his Tannerisms, but he'll be back eventually.
Some are gonna miss him just too much.
As the children say, Frosty the Snowman, he'll be back someday. So anyway, so Bryson, we've heard from Isaiah and Tanner. What's like the big podcast update? Like what's gonna go on with the podcast as a whole the next couple years? Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, next couple years, hopefully, about once a month. Sometimes maybe a bit less frequently. Who knows? We're gonna try to get that set in stone. At least Cooper and I are going to be getting together, trying to talk about at least what's going on in our lives, books we're reading, things we've learned recently, stuff like that. Tanner's going to be hopping in, hopefully before he leaves, if not some more after he's back. Yeah, we're going to just be trying to share with y'all some of the knowledge, some of the wisdom we're being given throughout the next summer, throughout as we go to college. And whatever God has in store for us after our last summer of high school and all that.
Yes. So, summary: the podcast is continuing once a month. Hopefully more frequently. Hopefully, sometimes maybe less.
Okay.
Yeah.
But our goal is to continue to bring to you a podcast. We'll talk about books. We'll talk about things we're learning as we're studying in college. And hopefully bring on some cool guests. I'm sure that'd be really exciting because, 2 people is fun, but I think we can bring in more people. That'd be great as well. So, Anyway, the podcast is continuing. So, all right, guys. So we were kind of commemorating the end of a chapter, the end of the age of Isaiah, the end of high school, and the age of Isaiah. I like that. I like the sound of that.
Age of Isaiah.
And I'm sure Isaiah does too.
Nice.
So we're going to be looking
Wow.
forward to like new things. I'm really excited about what we're going to be doing. I think once a month, long form conversations between friends is going to be a lot of fun. Guests too. Okay, so we're going to look back. We're going to have some fun moments here because we're going to share about our favorite moments from the past. So we're going to talk about our favorite episode to record, our favorite episode just objectively we think is the best, and then maybe just some favorite memories that we have, some stories to share. So, Bryson, let's start with you. You recently listened to like all of our episodes that we've ever done, which
what a
is
nerd.
incredible. What a nerd. I mean, who
No,
did
what
that?
a G, my bad. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
What
do you
can I say?
have
I'm
one?
just invested.
Do you have one that is just like, man, that is the peak moment of booking it? Like that's just the sterling shining moment of our podcasting.
Okay, so shining moment, I think it has to be discussions on what was it? Well, we have multiple shining moments, just hilarious moments. Those are obviously what flooded my mind first.
No, go ahead, share some.
We have Cooper in Call of the Wild. Cooper's voice in Call of the Wild, trying to howl.
That
with
was
his sore throat
beautiful.
and all that. We have Matthew talking about taking shots of barbecue sauce and wearing his cowboy hat. What else? There's so many other things that I should have written down a list of all the stuff. Like as I was going through, oh my goodness, there's so much, guys, that y'all just need to go back and listen to all of it. We have a friend that has written down all of the best quotes of our of booking it, at least before I came. Thank you, Anna, so much for doing that.
Yeah, it was great.
And it was great for me because I read all of those before I had listened to everything, and it was great going back and listening to everything and finally realizing, oh, so that's where that came from. That's that's where all of this mediocrity, no, all of this just comedy comes from. Shining Moments is in just really good episodes. I think there's a whole lot from Old Man in the Sea that was a whole lot better than I expected. There's one episode, I think it's one of the summer short stories from, was it Challenge B? I think. Sound of Thunder. That was a Cooper and Tanner episode. That was only like 15 minutes long. It was pretty short, but it was, oh my goodness, it made me think about eternity in a way I hadn't really ever thought of before. So really encouraging, really thought-provoking and deep, if I might add. Okay, so then moving on, episodes that I've been in, it's hard for me to say like one is better than all the others. I feel like I had the most fun in the Odyssey just because I was actually really invested in that. When I went into this year thinking I would not enjoy the Odyssey at all. I would not enjoy most of those pagan ancient literature books. And I was really surprised. I mean, I had plenty of people say that it was going to be really good. I don't know why I doubted them, but in particular, Odyssey was amazing. Now I finally get all of those ancient classical jokes about the Iliad and the Odyssey, and I can be a part of those conversations. I think just best moment for me, not necessarily best episode, but just where I had the most fun, where I enjoyed being with my guys, recording a podcast. Obviously, like it has to be what was it? Monster in the Hollows. Recording Monster in the Hollows. That was I'm going to look back on that episode with so much fondness. Like I've listened to it probably 4 times, I think.
4 times.
Wait, was that the one at the Gunner House?
Yes,
yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was at the Wall Street House. It was if an episode was
sparkling
glorious,
water and whiskey glasses.
Oh yeah, when I was high.
That
was
episode,
great.
Yeah, we were all high. Yeah.
that
like we laughed way too much, but I had way too much fun too.
Absolutely.
we were delirious, just absolutely delirious.
Yeah, and so we showed up at the house at like 2:00. We did science experiments all afternoon. We were scrambling to get ready for our senior photo shoot. We get there, the sun's going down. My dad's taking photos. He's all like, "Come on, we gotta get these photos done." And then Bryson's like sweating his pants off in the Chick-fil-A cow. He's got to change into his suit. We're losing daylight fast. Anyway, then we go to a Mexican
restaurant where Cooper tries to get set up with the waitress.
I didn't try to. Tanner's dad tried to. He tried to set me up with this waitress. And,
we were so
yes.
close too. We were so close.
And I had just got my new glasses. They were progressive
Oh,
lenses,
yeah,
and so I'm like,
it.
"Hey, Bryson, is she cute? I can't tell." No, I'm kidding.
That's exactly how it happened.
That
No,
was,
man.
yeah,
Anyway,
that was
then we
a
went home
that
and
was a
recorded
great
that episode, and it
At
was
like
great. It
9
was
o'clock, 10 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Something like that.
And
It's great.
Isaiah's computer was like going to shut off for screen time, so we had to
Yep.
finish fast.
Yep.
Oh man, so good, so good. Okay, Isaiah, what about you? What are some like favorite moments you had? Favorite podcasts you can remember recording? Objectively good
Ooh.
moments, the glorious moments. What'd you say?
I mean, I wouldn't say this is my favorite one, but definitely one of the more memorable is the first podcast we recorded.
Oh yeah,
Just because of
Oh my goodness.
that was a chaotic episode, but that was a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the more memorable ones. One of the ones that was, I think, one of the funniest ones we recorded, in the sense of funniest ones while we were trying to record, is the one Lord of the Rings one where we had to restart 6 times.
Yeah.
Um,
I got so angry at Matthew. At one point, I was just like, Matthew, cut the crap. We're trying to put this out
it was
there.
so funny though, but so annoying.
Oh,
I think it took us
man.
2.5 hours to record or something.
Yeah.
But that was
I remember-
that was
glory
great.
days.
Yeah, because back then we would restart a lot, and now we don't
lot,
ever
yeah.
do that.
No, we'd
Yeah.
have
'Cause-
one mess
okay.
up 5 minutes and be like, restart. We're
Yeah,
restarting.
restart. Do it again. But Isaiah, you were our editor for people who don't know for a very long time.
Yes.
So what are some fun editing experiences? I know one of them was very early on. I think our second episode was a really fun experience.
Yeah,
Fun,
yeah. So I think it was the second episode, which ended up being, I think that was an hour-long episode. So we were
Yeah.
going to family camp in Colorado. So I was like, I'll just edit it in the car. That'd be great. I edited it in the car, and right as I'm about to save it, my whole thing crashes. Okay? It took me 2.5 hours to edit. We were 45 minutes away from camp, and it all gets deleted. It was amazing. It was great. I freaked out. Matthew freaked out because he was riding with me. We were dying. I somehow get the whole thing edited in 20 minutes, because that's how long it took me to get it all back on the computer and get it fixed. Took me. I edited it in 20 minutes. It was probably the worst one I did, but that was terrible, man. Because by the time then we'd get to camp and I wouldn't be able to do it because I wouldn't be able to upload it because we didn't have service.
Yeah, it's
That
crazy.
would have been terrible. That was a fun experience. Yeah, it was great to work for 2.5 hours for it to just be deleted. I also really micromanaged all my editing stuff. I'd if a pause looked longer than half a second, I'd cut it down for a
Yeah.
bit, and then I realized I don't need to do that. But yeah, editing was fun. It was definitely an experience initially. Yeah, it took me
Yeah.
quite a bit to get fully used to that. But
Do you have any favorite episodes? Just
Yes, yeah.
objectively, that episode was really good.
favorite episode, I'd probably say it's either one of the any of the To Kill a Mockingbird ones, or any of the new Wingfeather ones we did.
Is Bryson scrolling through episode list right now? Is that what
I
he's
think
doing?
he is.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is 100% correct.
I think it was To Kill a Mockingbird Part 2 was also one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
That
It was
Yeah.
It was one that was missing someone. I can't remember which one it was, but one of them was just really, really good thoughts on how to handle situations like that. I'm pretty sure it was episode 28, Part 2 of To Kill a Mockingbird. If not, it was episode 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
scrolling through all of the all the
yeah,
episodes.
no, those
to
were definitely a
refresh-
good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I really liked the Old Man in the Sea episode. That was fun.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that entire recording episode lives in my memory, just
Here's the deal.
word for
I
word.
have nothing but fond memories, but they're all really vague. I'm like, yeah, that was a great episode, and I remember literally nothing
Yep,
except for
yep.
one or two things. And so I
Agreed.
need to recheck it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Okay,
episode that
any
was
bad
fun
episode?
to
Oh, go ahead.
record.
Go ahead.
Another one that was fun to record, I would say, was the Gandalf versus Dumbledore, the 100th episode thing.
Yes,
That was a fun one.
Justice.
With just how invested Matthew got into it, which is hilarious.
Honestly, that was the fuel to my fire to finishing all of the episodes. Was I was working up to that one point in history where I could finally listen to the Gandalf versus Dumbledore debate that was
High
started
watermark.
back in what was that started in
Episode
First
1,
episode,
the
I think
very
so.
first
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. It was
'Cause
started
that was
at the very
20
beginning.
minutes of our episode in the first one.
Yeah, because that episode is a microcosm of our personalities, right? Because I'm there. I come with a full 5-minute prepared statement.
And you didn't even
Matthew
tell us what
just,
the thing was. You changed what you told us before in texts. You changed it
think
on the
so.
spot,
Anyway.
bro.
All to say, Matthew puts on some shades, throws fireballs at everybody from across the room, verbally, of course.
Yeah.
And then Tanner and Isaiah are just firing their guns behind us, respectively.
No, Matthew
and
literally texted me. He's
launching
like,
tree
"Let
bombs.
me handle it all. You just pitch in every once in a while to say a few lines."
Arguably, I've gotten the most comments from that 100th episode of Tanner actually got out and was making good points on his own.
I think you're referring to one YouTube comment, and that was it. I think that's all you're
Quiet.
referring to.
There were
But-
multiple. And by
Anyhow.
multiple, I mean
Where's the
2,
proof?
maybe 3.
Oh, there's so many.
Oh wow! Oh man! Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
It's definitely one where we assure you we are still friends. Just
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Bad
Okay,
episodes.
Tanner.
I never answered that.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Hit
Bad
that.
episodes.
That's gosh.
Yeah, so hard. I mean, we have none of those. So
Well,
I
I know that I remember
to
there were
pick from
some
out of
that
10.
while recording I didn't like. but I don't remember what they were.
Number the
Yeah, I mean-
stars.
Nope. Really? I don't remember that one at all.
To start,
Bryson's like, yes. Yeah, that was one.
number
Yeah,
the
because-
stars was
Okay, that one was.
trash.
It was the same recording episode. We recorded that with The Hobbit Part 2, and so it was like 2.5 hours. We restarted a couple times. Like, yeah, it was. You know,
Yeah,
It
that
was-
was
first
that was
episode.
That was a
pretty bad.
rough recording session. I remember being so done and not wanting to do the podcast after that one. Like,
Yeah.
just a little
It was-
bit.
we got burnout like third episode in. Yeah.
I mean, I know I said one of them. I know I said one of the more memorable ones is the ones with Matthew with Lord of the Rings. That's also probably
Yeah.
one of the ones I was like, "Come on, man!" Like
That we
come on.
retroactively learned later. He like never actually read or something.
Oh
like
no,
that.
I knew that from
Anyway.
the beginning. I knew that from the beginning.
Oh man,
Yeah.
so good, so good. One of my favorite moments is we were recording Sign of the Beaver, and I'm like trying to go on, it's like, I'm trying to be serious, mature, give some good thoughts. Anyway, I hear this like loud clanging in the background, like it's on Tanner's end, and I like stumble. Anyway, a couple minutes later, I see in the chat, sorry, Dad got mad. I'm like, what? Oh. Like throwing pans around. What's going on? Oh, bet. Anyway, no, Tanner's dad is a great guy. Love him to death. He would, I don't know what that memory
No,
was.
he
but
forgot that we were recording, and so he was slamming the door, and like something had gone wrong with like a machine. Or
I could have
something.
sworn it was like pans clanging in the background. Anyway, it was funny. Okay, bad episodes. Bryson, you listened to all of them more recently than we have. Anything you got on your end?
Anything that was bad or awful? Sisters have been going through the screening. I found a few screening episodes that are just like, oh no, what on earth is going on? What on earth is going on? Like, one of the more recent ones was, it was a really good movie. It's a Wonderful Life. That
Oh,
was
no.
like one of the worst episodes, I'm not kidding, I've ever listened to. I'm sorry, guys. It was just painful to listen to.
Okay, that was also one where I feel like Matthew was going to be on that one and then like couldn't, and we were so sad and depressed about
He
that
was
too.
on like maybe 3 of the screening ones, I think.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, well, this was after
Dude.
like he had quit, and then it was like,
Yeah.
I'll come back for
Well,
this one, and then
quit.
everyone sad.
but
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
No, and then there's what else is there?
I mean, while he's looking, I'll be honest, I completely forgot we had the screening. Like, legitimately, I forgot we had that.
when was the last time you were on a screening episode, Isaiah?
Yeah.
The last one I remember was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago almost.
I loved the hating. I loved the hating on Alice Adventures in Wonderland. That was beautiful. Like just the the like, why on earth are we reading this book? Because that's the exact same reaction I had when I was reading the book, and then y'all just like soliloquize.
So why?
Roasted it? Yeah. Exactly.
I remember. I think that's what that one's going to land on. One of my most fun to record.
What?
Like us recording that was just so. That was so fun. Like, I just remember recording it and just like learning so much about like the book itself, and then I'm like, wow, I really hate this book. And then it just got so much more fun after that when we just kept on bashing it.
We were all
I
like,
remember
hang on a minute. We all agree that why? And we're like, okay, cool. And then
No. I remember I was looking out this window over here, and I just like looking out here just right now. I can already start thinking of other things to be able to say to destroy Alice in Wonderland because of how terrible it is. Anyways,
Well, Tanner, how about you? Why don't you share some? I think you've kind of chimed in, but any thoughts of your own so far on good episodes, bad episodes, fun memories?
ooh, good episodes. I think I really liked our Bronze Bow episodes. Like, if there was any that I would be like, that was my favorite episode that we've done, I think
Yeah.
it would land on one of the Bronze Bows.
Same, except I know we did that like 3 years ago, and I'm kind of scared about returning to see if we said good things or not.
That's fair.
Anyway,
I haven't-
Bryson, what, do you remember that? Oh, go ahead, Isaiah.
No, go ahead. Good.
Yeah, no, those episodes are pretty good. Like
Okay, I'm glad we
they
got to see
they
it.
renewed a love of the books in my mind. They weren't terrible. Now I have listened to everything since then, so I might need to go back and with knowing the progression that the podcast has gone through, go back and listen to
Yeah.
it. But I found another one. Episode 35, What Makes a Good Book, was Cooper and Matthew, and basically the whole time is Cooper saying like, "So Matthew, what makes a good book?" And Matthew's just like, "I don't know, the story."
Yes, I
And
remember
then
that.
Cooper's just like, wait, not the plot or the characters, and he's like, yeah, those are good too, but just
the
like,
story.
they need to have a good story.
Yeah.
It was really funny to listen to. I mean, all y'all should go back and listen to it.
I remember that
Yeah,
brings
it's,
up a memory of Cooper and Matthew having an argument about what makes a movie good.
What was that?
It was a long time. It was one on the podcast. It was like right after I think that book one. You guys were talking about movies.
Okay.
And it was just like on the call. And you're like, well, it's got to be the story, the character development. Like you're invested into it. And Matthew's like, if it's got jokes, it's good.
Yes. No. I think one of my that's a good point, Isaiah. But I think one of my favorite podcast memories, just in general, is the amount of time I've spent talking to you guys, like just through the podcast, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we have all of these episodes, and I mean, I don't want to total up. We have over 100. Some of them like 45 an hour long, right? Like think about the amount of time that is right there. Yeah, a couple.
No, I was actually trying to look earlier to see how many like hours we had, but it won't tell me. I don't know how to see that.
Yeah.
No, it's so sad.
Anyways, we need to find that stat. But there's so many hours, and then I think back to some of the times, like we've definitely been on the phone for like a couple of hours after some of those recordings. Like I think I can remember a couple where we were on the phone for like 2.5 hours afterwards, just talking. Like not about we. I mean, it had progressed.
Everything.
Into everything. Life stories have been shared on podcast calls after we're finished with them, and
y'all,
stories.
Yeah.
I just looked at stats on Buzzsprout, and I was curious to see like what we've been downloaded on, like what devices. So you get like the usual stuff, whatever, and then you get like Apple Watch, and then unknown smart speaker and Apple TV. I didn't know you could get us on an Apple TV.
That's so
claim
sick.
I claim the Apple Watch. I'm not gonna lie, I was messing around with that one time.
Fair, but I didn't know you could do it on Apple TV. We have one single download on an Apple TV.
That's crazy.
To be fair, I think you and maybe Matthew are the only ones that have Apple TVs out of us. So I mean,
it's fair.
I could, but
Tell me, actually, that brings up another good memory because I remember watching so many movies with Isaiah on his epic sofa with Apple TV, just having like every movie we could ever want to watch.
Sure.
And just the summer we started the podcast, we did the Hunger Games marathon together and Dominoes and just man.
Yeah.
I think the takeaway is doing the podcast has been awesome, but the memories we made along the way. It was the journey. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, like it's
the people we did it with that made it worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But like, seriously, just all the memories I have of even fighting with you guys about things over dumb idiot things.
Yeah.
Like, what should we call the network of our podcast?
Oh
like,
my
what the freaking
gosh.
heck?
We almost
anyway.
stopped being friends.
Yeah, it was crazy. But then like doing the stupid Hunger Games watching party, Dominoes, recording in class, just all of it. Yeah, so fun.
Guys, we have a download from Roku.
I totally agree.
Roku.
That's weird.
What?
Actually, I think I'll take credit for that one as well.
Nah.
The Stevie up in front
Tanner's
of
like
us.
trying those exotic ways to record the podcast. Download the podcast.
No, I mean, you guys know me. I just mess around on all my devices, and I'll turn random stuff on all of them. So, But I think, echoing what Cooper said, it's so cliche, but I think that our relationships, just like between all of us, like the podcast strengthened our relationships with each other just so much, just like doing it, right? Like,
yeah.
Think of all the other classmates that we've had that have, come and gone, right? But who were the people that stayed? It's the people that kept on doing the podcast.
Yeah, I stayed. I stayed for a whole year.
A whole year.
Wow.
We wish he'd stayed longer.
Yeah.
CC wouldn't let me. They said I had to graduate.
Or
my parents did at least.
They can't hold you back. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Like they're I can't tell you how many times I would come in on Fridays and like I would ask Tanner, "Did you read the book?" Tanner would be like, I don't know. Did you read the book?" And then we come in and Isaiah would be like, "Yeah, I sped read through it." And then Cooper's there with legitimate questions and we're like, "Wait,
I was like, I was under
think,
the
Cooper,
impression we're
you're
having a
leading this.
discussion about something.
No, or the amount of times that me and like even just in this year that me and Bryson have like we've alternated driving down, right? Or and stuff like that. But we'll get Bryson will show up here at probably like 7:15, 7:30 in the morning to be able to leave to go to school. And yeah, well whoever hasn't read it will be the one that doesn't have to drive. So
Oh, man.
the amount of books that I've finished in that car on the way to school on a Friday morning is insanity. And we're
No,
also
seriously,
not.
actually, I think after we recorded Monster in the Hollows at your house, Tanner, I was driving Bryson down, and I was like really excited, like show him to this new band, the Grey Havens. And then he like reads the Odyssey like all the way down. I was like really depressed. I was like, yeah.
Do you know how?
But yeah,
Do you know how?
we had a good podcast after that, so I guess it worked out. Yeah.
Do you know how often me and him would do that? Like the amount of like talking, no music drives that we've had of just us reading books on the way down
Yeah.
is
There
incredible.
was that one time where in the night Tanner was like driving up, and I'm like, Tanner, let's switch the music. What is going on? He's like, listen, Cooper, if we switch the music, you die. I'm driving at like 10 o'clock. Like, okay, okay.
I cannot tell you how many times that has been Taylor's exact words to me too. Oh my goodness.
Dang.
Another memory I
Yeah,
have one
like-
time was. Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, just the variety of what all has happened in that car
Yeah.
on the way to school, on the way back from places. There's reading books that need to be read for the podcast. There's listening to Tanner's random crazy music, and then there's like these deepest conversations I have ever had with anybody in my life. And I'm like, what on earth is it with this guy?
That sounds about right.
And this is like
writing,
all of you. Like
Yeah.
like this has happened with all of you at different points.
Crazy
I remember
music.
writing with
What do you mean?
Isaiah. Yeah.
Well-
Crazy music is
well-
just with Tanner. I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. I can't say the crazy music with Cooper. I can say some crazy music with Isaiah.
Huh?
Because
I listen to video game
Huh?
soundtrack and what do you mean? That's literally it.
To be fair,
for my classically educated Christian homeschool child brain, NF was a bit crazy.
to
I
be
mean, that's
fair,
fair.
there was a point where I influenced Isaiah's music.
No way.
We don't talk about that.
There was.
Seriously, like writing back with Isaiah to record Monster in the Hollows, he just like opened up and talked like for a long time.
I was
Which
like,
almost
sleep
never happens,
deprived.
guys. We have to
Okay.
fight for that.
I was like, "Where's my microphone?"
I was
no.
running
He
on
wasn't
like
thinking
3 hours
straight.
of
He was
sleep. Don't
deprived.
even.
Okay, guys. Here's a good question. Okay, as we're kind of wrapping up here, was there a conversation we had that was not recorded that you wish could be recorded, and what was it?
There's one that's popping up in my brain. I don't remember what it's about. It's one of those vague memories you were just talking about.
Okay, for
It
me
was
this
something-
year we talked about. Sorry, go ahead, Tanner. I cut you off. 'cause
Go
it
ahead.
was
Oh
Bad
my
hosting.
God.
Please. I'm thinking
Um,
about it. I'm thinking about it still.
We were talking about the Iliad. We were like kind of summarizing it as we were doing our physics
Oh,
experiment.
yeah.
And I was like, wow, it was actually really funny and really good. Like, what are we going to do now for the podcast?
I remember
We
that.
just had the good discussion. Anyway, it was funny.
No, I just remembered it. It was the time that we were singing all of the stuff from Oedipus Rex.
That
We needed-
hold on. That y'all were singing.
That's right.
All
Isaiah
this stuff
dipped.
from
He was like, I'm not hearing this.
I was just recording.
That's
except my recording didn't really turn out well, so it's kind of sad.
Wait,
No,
did
no,
we
hang-
record that? We didn't record that.
I tried to
No, it
record
got filmed.
and it did not.
Yeah.
Or no,
Oh,
like
Monte
record on my phone,
videos.
like just a
Yeah.
voice recording thing, and it did not work. So it was great.
Yeah, that was some. That was.
That was
It was
special.
I wish we had. That's a core memory right there.
We got quite a few
Cool.
people
It's
looking
like-
in from the hallway, like, "What are y'all doing?"
Yeah. What
I
is
didn't
this?
see any of those- I didn't see any of those people.
The hallway was.
I was
behind
just
you,
worried
so,
about
like,
my guys right there.
Yeah.
No, like, so out of discussions we've had, there for some reason, I don't have a whole lot of like exposition memories or like conversations we had about Iliad, Odyssey, any of that. For some reason, my mind keeps going to Discoverers and like the conversation we had about technology advancing. That was one for sure. And then the other one about time and the Gregorian calendar. That was like, I may have fallen off the edge when it came to the end of Discoverers, but like we had a lot of really good jumping off discussions from that
Yeah.
book too.
I think the one you're talking about too is Hades and how hell is more interesting to talk
Ooh,
about than
yes.
heaven. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yes,
That's
that
the
was
exact one.
that was great too. No, I think that yeah, when we're talking about things that like didn't get recorded, it's just like I think that's like just kind of the beauty of like all of the podcasting stuff, right? Like I remember back to like before I did speech and debate or anything, and like podcasting was like the thing that was growing my speaking, and just the way that we've like all grown and like how we converse and how we talk with people, like
Hey Isaiah,
through
for this
that.
final episode, can you leave in Tanner's ums, please? That'd be great. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
I
I'm
love you, Tanner. I
leaving
love
this
you.
not edited at all.
Oh
Okay.
man, that'd be so good.
That's a terrible example.
That was
But the fact that we can go back and
Leave in Tanner's
see-
mouth noises too, please.
I got you. You'll hear how much I've had to edit out this whole time.
the fact that we can go back and listen to basically all of our lives for the past 4 years
Us
is
growing
crazy
up.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we can hear the voice changes, we can hear
Oh, definitely.
the amount of
Very much.
the amount of life changes that have been recorded in intros is crazy. Anything from who's winning fantasy football to me and Matthew's latest rivalry on anything and everything. Like
Women.
Oh, women.
that's the most notable, yes.
Oh.
It took us years to finally grow apart in our tastes.
No comment.
But
Bryson's face. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
No.
Seriously though, I think you're right, Tanner. Like the fact that we can have all these conversations on tape is so fun.
Well,
and one
yeah,
time
and, like,
I was
this
so
was-
scared.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would say one time I was so scared I was gonna miss a recording session. I literally dreamed that I was gonna miss it. Like that's how scared
Oh,
I
I
was.
remember you
so
saying
excited.
that.
Yeah, dude, I was so excited for recording with you guys. So it's just been seriously like this past year in particular, I've never been so much more excited to do the podcast. Just recording in person with all of you guys, doing Wing Feather again. It's been a dream. It's been a dream.
Yeah. Life could be a dream.
Life could be a dream.
Why did I know you guys?
That's
would
why
do that?
Cars is great.
Oh yeah, it is Cars. Anyway, like, yeah, I would not know all of y'all guys nearly as well unless I had all of this history backing y'all up. Like, and I know plenty of listeners can probably say this too. Like, it was so helpful for me to come into this podcast, being able to listen to y'all grow up, listen to y'all's history, and then like feel like I knew y'all in a different world, and then come in and be like, oh yeah, I know these guys already. And that just made it so much easier to jump in and be friends with all of y'all. And like, yeah, I'd met all of you before, but it was that just put me ahead by leaps and bounds, being able to listen to all of the podcasts and know like what y'all's tastes were, how y'all like to talk to each other, just all of that. And yeah, I can say like in 1 year, my ability to converse, my ability to think more quickly has grown exponentially. Like y'all have worked a change in me.
wait a second, we're sure that wasn't exposure to NCFCA speech and debate.
Hey,
No,
I
definitely
know
not.
there are plenty of looks that Isaiah gave me. It gave me plenty of moments I shared with Isaiah where we're happy that we were not nerds.
Yes, absolutely.
Isaiah, that's like Isaiah's like glad that he graduated, and that is still the case. I think that is like his one.
I'm happy.
Honestly,
I'm good.
yeah.
I don't think you'll understand
over
how many
here-
shows and video games I've played since I've graduated. Okay.
Yeah,
As a
and over here,
celebration.
me and Cooper, me specifically, I'm over here like, oh my gosh, I made it to nationals for speech and debate, and Cooper's over here like, yeah, buddy, patting me on the back even as I'm going up to get my medal, my not last place, my 6th place medal in finals. He's like, yeah, buddy, you made it. We don't know why you're so excited. Okay,
Hey,
you're
I'm
doing
very
more
gracious.
school.
I'm humble, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm not.
Yeah, and like that was something I waited for the longest time. The because y'all had just had that conversation where you had
Yes.
to change the or like give credit to the other
Right.
podcast and start adding that to all the episodes, like right before I joined, right? That was the summer before.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. And
Mhm.
and then on top of that, I noticed you had stopped saying humble and eloquent, and I was like, Cooper,
Right.
what happened? Why are you not saying
Got copyrighted.
humble
Yeah.
anymore? And and so then I went back and listened to everything, and I finally found out exactly what episode it was. And I'm pretty sure you stopped just because I was going to join. I've come to that conclusion. You decided you
That's
better
not the case.
wisen up
That
and
is not the case.
You can give credit to whoever you want to, but I'm still going to have my own opinion.
Yeah. And I guess that's another interest. I didn't get to play a whole lot into that situation, but like we learned a lot through that as well.
No,
Like,
seriously. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Me not as much. Y'all more so than me. I came in on the back end of that, but
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yeah. We learned.
Mhm.
We learned. Okay. As we're closing, anything you guys want to say? Thank the people. Isaiah, you're heading out. Tanner, you'll be heading out soon for a little while. Anything else on your mind before we close it out? Close this chapter of the book of Booking It.
Well, it's just been a great 4 years, like I said. Thank you so much, everyone that's listened. And from like I looked, there's like an insane amount of different places around the world where people have listened from. Thanks to y'all for listening and supporting. Yeah, it's sad that I'm leaving, but gotta do it. I gotta go.
yeah.
That's your last line.
No.
I gotta go.
No. I'll end with the like, keep on booking.
Oh yeah,
you know?
okay. That's right.
Go
Fair.
with
That's
Ultra
right.
Straw.
That's right.
Or like signing off for now. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Ditto.
No. Thank y'all for listening in on our lives. Honestly, like they're
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for staying with our immature moments. Yeah.
honestly,
That's what we
and
live.
like I can't guarantee that we would have kept doing this if there weren't as many numbers as we saw come up on our stats page every week.
And that one
And
person from
people
France
reach-
that listened to every episode
People reaching
for the first.
Yes, that one person
Thank
from
you so
France
much.
that listened in for a month when we started. You know, like if there wasn't for people like you, no, but like in all seriousness, like y'all listening in, like it's been awesome. You know, like getting to be able to do this, and all of our patrons supporting us, all of Isaiah's family and Cooper's family. Can't ever say that my family has ever but like the people that have supported us, and those of you that have supported us just simply by listening, it's been amazing. Like y'all are the reason, honestly, that this continued happening, and you're the reason that we probably continued doing all of this for almost 4 years now. You know, I'm like if for me personally, I know that after that first year, if I hadn't seen numbers like I saw numbers after that first year popping up on our dashboard, I probably would not have continued and have all these great moments with these guys.
You've heard it here first,
same.
folks. We are needy. We are needy. Very much.
No, Tanner just needs confirmation.
No, seriously, like
Yeah, he
I
just
don't know
needs
what
self-fulfillment.
I don't know what we expected when we started, but I think that what we have now is far exceeded whatever we thought.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, we thought
Yeah,
it was
God
a
has
it was a
blessed
thing to do.
far
Yes,
more than we
yes,
could have
100%. We thought it was a fun thing to do during COVID. It took off. We've seen support. We've seen community. We've seen God's hand in this. God's blessing. Yeah. I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but whatever has happened since, it's been way better than I ever thought.
Oh yeah, and like especially like guys, we didn't put money into this after the first 3 months. Like that's how much
Yeah,
it's
none of
been
our own
like,
cash. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
we invested in it, and then y'all took it from there because y'all loved it so much. And so like, just thank you for participating in that. Like another reason, like if we had to keep on paying to be able to keep our episodes up, we probably would not have continued like we did.
Speak for
know.
yourself, Tanner. I mean, I love the freaking podcast. Okay, like stop.
Cooper, we all know that you just want to speak into a microphone, no matter what it costs.
I mean, we have the clip of
Wow,
Cooper
I
saying
was-
he just loves talking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Forgot about
I
that.
love
Never
talking.
have I. I love talking.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Tanner, thanks for humbling me. Thank you. I needed that. See, look, we accept rebukes on this podcast. We give rebukes. It's a good relationship we have.
To be fair, I think I've had my fair share of rebukes on this podcast.
Lord knows it. Guys, let's do some donor shout outs. It's Isaiah's final shout out. So we're gonna make it an extra special one. Okay.
We are.
Okay.
So when
Oh,
I
yes,
say the
donor
patron,
shoutouts, like that's something that I had so much fun with, especially the one with your mom, Miss Jenny, kept being the remnant. That was amazing. I love that.
that was crazy.
Oh,
When we did that like the story thing for like a couple weeks.
Yes, yes. And then we had the one where they were trying to outlaw peanut butter and jelly. That was fun.
That was a special one.
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
I was just being crazy. I was crazy that day. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
we had
What else
another
is
one
new?
about French fries. What was the one about French fries? I don't remember what happened.
I don't remember.
Someone
Yeah.
do a pirates.
I think
and
that was
French
like
fries.
around theogony and Iliad. I think.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
Theogony and
Something
Iliad.
like that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say the patron. You guys say extra special thank you. Okay. When I shout out their names. All right. Here we go. Nana.
Extra
Thank
special.
you.
Thank you.
Extra special.
Fed Papiawela.
Thank you so
Thank
very
Thank
much.
you so much. Appreciate it. Extra
Isaiah's
special
grandparents, Mike and Sylvia.
Mike and Sylvia.
Thank you so
from
much,
the bottom
guys,
of our
for
hearts,
supporting.
we say
What from the
thank you.
beginning?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Love y'all.
From the very
Yeah,
beginning.
From the beginning. From the
Mhm.
beginning.
Wow.
Super special thank you to Isaiah's cousins Moses and Zara.
Moses
Thank
and Zara,
you.
thank you so much. I finally have met you, and I respect you, and I don't think you're 6 years old anymore.
Wow.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
Thank you,
so much
guys.
so. Thank you.
Yes, thank you,
Special
thank you.
thanks to Isaiah's Aunt Jenny and Uncle Sam.
Thank you so
guys
much.
so
Appreciate
much.
it.
And then the last person on this list from Isaiah's family is basically his entire family who lives in his house. Mr. Mike, Miss Laura, Sister Becky.
Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Hope
you,
my
guys.
talking
Thank
y'all.
randomly into microphone every once in a while wasn't too annoying.
Yeah,
I know, I
thank you
can't
for putting
imagine
up
my
with his
family
antics.
being willing to not only listen to that, but like support me in
Yeah.
doing that. That's incredible. That is devotion. That's
Oh,
devotion.
yeah,
right
It
there.
is. It is. All right. Well, thanks as well to Anna.
And
Yes,
woo!
yes,
Yes,
Anna.
Anna. Long-time supporter
Yes,
there.
so very loyal. Thank you so much.
We have Keenan.
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 Hey, Keenan. Keenan. Thank you. You have
We
been-
love Keenan.
Oh yes.
We
Huge
have
blessing.
Will.
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 Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Extra special thank you.
Yes, yes. Woo!
We have the Remnant, aka my mother, aka
Oh
Jennifer.
boy.
Miss
Oh yeah.
Jenny.
Miss Jenny, thank you.
Miss Jenny, thank you.
for bearing with
Being
all
the
of
remnant.
the antics we gave you this year.
At your home. even.
Yeah, I'm like,
Man,
hey, yeah, by the way, this
we were
guy's spending the
from
night.
uncloud.
She's like, oh yeah, cool, that's cool. Thanks to my sister for randomly
Wait.
walking in on Tanner on the sofa and being like, yep, that's just the state I live in now. And I'm going back to bed.
Well, no, I listened to the episodes over again. Tanner never said anything about your mom saying anything that Instagram was a demon website. He never said that.
Really?
No, he never
he
said
cut
it.
out?
What?
I don't. Either it got cut out or like he said it when we weren't
Maybe you
recording
said it
or
off
something
mic.
like that.
Yeah, then it got transferred.
I've been wrong. You have to repent for it in the
Wait,
microphone.
hold on. I remember that being in the episode though.
Dude,
Well,
seriously.
you must have. edited it
Okay,
out. It's not
we're
there.
gonna need to do some research. We gotta finish donor shoutouts. We're not done yet. Okay,
Yeah, come on, guys.
all right. Mrs. Hall.
This is
Mrs.
all. Woo,
Hall,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for investing in our lives.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, hey, look. Speaking of, this is my mom right here.
Oh,
Gee whiz.
Remnant, she's there.
Hello, good evening. A shout out to the best mom
We just gave you
ever.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Lauren Boswick, thank you.
She couldn't hear you.
She has no idea what I said. No idea. My own mom. That's my mom.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
Mom.
definitely.
Without you, this wouldn't have been possible. Literally.
Uh huh.
All right, and last but not least, thank you to Kara.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Kara. Thank you so
Kara.
much for sticking by us and being willing to support us. You're much
What do you say?
appreciated. And
Ditto.
loved.
Isaiah, you missed a chance. To
Oh
say
my,
that.
my bad. Ditto.
I'll say it for you. Okay, guys, thank you so much. We'll be back soon. I think the next episode is Little Women. I think that's what's on the docket.
Oh, thank
Yep.
goodness I'm
Oh,
leaving.
I'm
yeah,
listening to
for
it.
Sure.
I know Isaiah got out just in time.
It's
So,
my favorite
boy.
book, guys. So
Yeah.
you will listen to Tanner yap
Uh.
and yap and yap and yap,
Okay,
and
okay,
it will
okay.
sound like this.
Yeah. No, we have multiple people that are really excited about it too. So I'm really excited about it. Yeah. Cooper, have you read it yet?
I'm listening to it right now. Yeah, I think
Okay,
I've read
you're listening to
a
it.
lot of it before. Yeah, so
Okay.
it'll be fun. Anyway, thanks Isaiah for all you do. Thank you, Tanner. Thank you, Bryson. We love all of you who are listening, all of you who are supporting. We will see you again in the short future. Until next time.
For a final
Keep
time to say
on
this,
booking it.
keep on booking it. Bryson.
Bryson, we're doing that again. We're doing that again. Until next time.
For a final time to say this, keep on booking it.
Woo!
There we go.